tell us about this fantastic ensemble that you're wearing.
Alrighty, so all of it is actually upcycled. The designer is Dan McLean up in Seattle area. She does a lot of we very much align on the same sort of like ideals and very much the same sort of like queer sort of rising out of religion, going into figuring ourselves out, and like using that as sort of like an odd inspiration into so much of our full-on creativity that we've got. So all these are made from her. This was from a collection that I wore for her 214 collection 2 years ago, where it was centered on clowns. It was like a clown theme. And then the blazer and the gloves were from her 214 I Do collection, which kind of tossed around the idea of marriage and all of that. So like it was like bridal gowns that were shredded and torn apart and dyed pink, and it was like very Valentine's Day themed. So
I'm noticing the pink you have going on here, which this is very in this year, the 2025, the two different things, the asymmetry and two different colors. Super nice. I'd love to see you twirl around a little bit show this off. Wow. And I was going to say also, I mean, of course, we all, when you were talking about like gender bending, and I mean, I think it's such a beautiful thing that we're finally at this place where we can all just wear what we want to wear, period.
Exactly, yeah. I worked as a merchandiser for a clothing company, and I was like, you know what? Well, this looks great, even though it's marketed for women. I'm going to try it on, see if it fits, and see if it works. So that was my first kind of dabbling into gender bending, and like just finding out who I am and my own sort of fashionable like integrity and what I like to wear, how I like to represent myself. And it's just been a beautiful journey of figuring out who I am. And I wear any sort of gendered clothes, like I toss around all different sorts of visions, and it's just been so much fun and such an opening community. So
well, I'm here to tell you you're fantastic, and thank you so much for being interviewed with us and coming down for Inside Fashion Design tonight.
Of course, thank you so much for having me, and it's such an amazing event. Thank you guys for having me for the interview, and I'm so excited to see what this next year brings.